Dan is good. Good. So we got about 15 people in the lobby currently. Decent attendance. Although Division 2, even when I was commentating on it last season, always had good attendance. So this is going to be an interesting race and quite a close race, of course. The championship very close at the moment, and I believe this is as good a time as any to sort of segue it in to the driver standings. Of course, because I'm on Xbox, I unfortunately can't pull them up, but that should be changing soon, hopefully. So let's pull this up. Div 2 driver standings. So the Div 2 driver standings as it stands. Revit GG, a reserve driver, leads the championship on 69 points. Shifty Whizzer in the Aston Martin in P2. Dan a little bit, our champion, a little bit further back. Mort P4, Kenji P5, Razoot P6, KK P7, Ferrari Fan 8th, RC 9th, Taurus P10, Cavalis 11th, Jamaican Jam 12th, MCFC 13, Nello 14th, Chili 15th, Toasty 16th, our Cinnamon 17th, Melitic 18th, Ungi 19th, and Callum 20th up there. So they now lead the constructors on 74 points. Aston Martin only a further 4 points back on 70. Red Bull on 68 points. Ferrari also on 68 points, so joint third place. Fifth, Mercedes with 62. Haas in sixth with 47. Alpine only 1 point back from them on 46. Sauber on 33. McLaren on 32. And Williams on 8. So those are the two important standings for this division. Tough track this. Yes, it is a very difficult track. Mainly because of tyre wear. I don't struggle with the track itself, I don't know about you guys, but to me it is just the tyre wear that's hard. Ready up, guys, ready up, go, 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 go. We've got the green light to go. So we are now going to go into the race, ladies and gentlemen.
Out the field. You should be able.
Right. Okay, here we go, loading into the game. Here we go then, into Bahrain, short qualifying, 18-minute session. Parker J saying should be a good one today. Yep, should be. Should be dry. I mean, we're in the middle of the desert, so it is highly unlikely, I'd say, that we are going to get any rain. But you never know. Always that chance. Let me just quickly check. Yep. Just checking microphone settings and all that. Checking that was all okay, which it is.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
Chris in the chat. So we got a few people excuse me, coming out of the pits. Taurus going to be first out on track. And he will probably be the first to set. Oh no, Dan was first out on track. Sorry, excuse me. Might forget me. Get a full track map on. Don't want telemetry on. We'll just do that. There you go.
Your financial journey starts here.
Investing 101. Turn it around. Avoid the high cost talk lines. Craft the differential curve.
Whatever life you choose, gold is easy to invest in online. It can help you grow what you have and protect it. Go, choose your own path.
Alexa, talk to the front door.
Hey, we're early. Hope that's okay.
Right, actually, could you pick up some basil, please? We've run out.
Sure.
Always know everything's under control with Alexa and Ring.
Your team is the last global gunslingers of a bygone era.
All stations weapons free.
The nature of our enemy is unclear now.
What do you want us to do about it?
Protect us.
Time we had a chat.
Unlock the Vault Edition today.
Braking again down to probably 4th gear, yep. Down to 4th, touches that curb a little bit, that's going to have shaved a little bit of speed off. First sector of a 28.6, that is a fairly solid sector. Little bit of a lift through that left, through that right left. You can hold that flat if you're really feeling courageous. By flat I mean you just shift down a gear and then you can sort of, oh excuse me, just step on the accelerator again. You want to avoid that curb and nice apex. It's really difficult to get the car into the apex on that corner because you don't want to touch that curb because it will throw you, but you don't want to go too wide because you'll scrub so much time. This has looked a really nice lap so far from Dan. And now coming around to break the second sector duck, 106.8. I believe that's a fairly solid sector time. Coming into the second sector and now into the final sector. Probably deploying battery down here if he saved any. Then this corner down to 3rd gear, most likely touching that curb a little bit, and then deploying all the ERS you have, opening DRS in just a second, and up to the line. Dan sets at 28.776, so a decent lap for Dan there. Taurus sets a 29.0. Nello invalidated his lap. It was a 28.8, which is only a 10th down on Dan. Ungie, I know we got a Red Bull coming across the line. That's Danko David. Shifty sets a 28.1. That is a good lap there for Shifty. Ungie comes across the line now. 28.977 goes provisional 3rd. And now Mort coming up to the line. Mort going to be next across the line. Currently 4th in the standings. Sets a 28.568. Goes 2nd. So it goes ahead of his friend Dan by about 2 tenths. So showing some more and Shifty showing some early pace, and Nello has invalidated again, unfortunately. Somebody going purple, that might be the Aston Martin, or it was Jamaican Jam, possibly. Good to see Jamaican Jam back racing, obviously. finished runner-up to Dan last season. And back in the league.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
That's now up to the second sector, Doug. 106.5. As now he'll get on the ERS and probably deploy quite a bit down this straight. You probably want to save some for the exit of the final corner, just because you can gain so much time if you do so. And then up to the line, Jamaican Jambular set at 28.6, goes 4th for now. What about Nello? Nello now on a lap. Chile hasn't done a lap just yet. I hope we'll see him do a representative time quite soon. He's got Razu trailing really close behind him as well. RC went second, by the way, whilst I wasn't looking. So the 2 Ferraris in the early stages running really strong here. 2 Ferraris really found some pace around Bahrain. As we will now go back on board with Chile. 106.4, purple to the second sector. So Chile picking up some pace and finding the time. Deploying the battery. And the straight run to the line. What is it going to be for Chile? It is a 28.352, goes 3rd for now. Razu does a 29.8, by the way.
And we've dropped to P12.
Nello. So here we go. What has Nello produced? .521 goes 10th for now. We got KK in chat, but KK not in the game. Why are you not racing, KK? Possibly going to get held up by the Haas here, unless the Haas is on the lap. Oh no, the Haas is Nello, so Nello's just done his lap, so he won't be. Belichick moving to get a little bit of a toe there from Nello. Whether that would have made much of a difference, I'm not sure, but nonetheless we shall see. Some banter going on in the chat. Kenji on an outlap as well. That guy David
pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
On his first sector. And Melitic does a 29.088, goes up to 9th for now. Excuse me for that. Excuse me for that short interval. More now coming onto a lap, but we're going to quickly scroll down to Kenji, who has just started his first flying lap of the session. About halfway through the session, only just getting out for his first lap, clipping that curb. That's going to have scrubbed quite a bit of time, excuse me. You don't want to touch that curb at all because you will shave so much time. And he has a Ferrari. The Ferrari of Mort right behind him. No, that's not Mort, sorry. That is RC.
Right, so our fastest lap currently 1 minute 29.5.
Hit my dog was scrapping at the door, so I had to let him out. Mort setting a 2 tenths down in the first sector for Mort, so unfortunately that he's probably not going to go much faster. Dan now starting a lap as well. We'll keep an eye on his first sector. See what he's got.
We're 15th in the speed trap, 202.6 miles per hour.
He's about 100th of a second down. Nip back on board with Kenzie for now, who has invalidated, unfortunately. So we will go straight back on board with Mort. Is about 900ths of a second down, going purple through the second sector. So finding more time, but due to his poor first sector, really not able to find much time. He went 10th quicker in the middle sector, but just wasn't able to put the lap together and bails out of it. Goes into the pits. RC now starting a lap, but we'll go on board with Dan, who is 100th of a second up, going purple through the second sector. So many people going purple through the second sector as it stands. Here we go. Final corner. Dan dragged to the line. And what's it going to be for Dan 2G? The champion sets a 28.737. Stays 7th, unfortunately. Doesn't improve his standing. Jamaican Jam sets a 28.4, about 10th of a second down. I couldn't see what RC has done, unfortunately, in the first sector, but I'm sure we'll see it in the middle sector. And he has done a... no, he's 4 tenths down, so we'll shift away from him and we'll go back to Jamaican Jam.
Okay, so remember that the way the car handles is all about weight transfer. When you brake, the centre of mass moves forward. When you accelerate, it moves rearward. And when you turn in, it's pushed to the outside of the car. The more load on each tyre equals more grip. So make sure you're smooth with the controls to prevent the weight transfer from becoming too violent.
Goes into the pits. Dan obviously not on a lap, I don't believe. Kenji only set a 28.8 there. Didn't in the end go too fast. Razu on a lap now, looking to go faster.
The track's pretty quiet at the moment. Perhaps we should get out there, get a few laps in.
And I don't think he's going fast. Yeah, 4 seconds down, unfortunately. What about Chile?
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Haven't seen anything of what Chile has done, but Chile comes up to the line, sets a 128.145, 200ths of a second off a pole. Couldn't find the time, but couldn't quite go pole, but rocketed himself up to second position in the end. So I say in the end, but at the end of his lap, not at the end of the session.
And that's P13, P13.
Purple through the middle sector. Whether I believe that or not, I'm not sure, because everyone seems to have gone purple in the middle sector. It's gone quiet, right? Is it better now? Yeah. And sets a 128.648 up to 6th position. I believe he jumped Taurus there. His teammate, I believe. Probably for... no, it won't be his final flying lap, because if he messes up the next one, he's still got time to do another. KK being RC's biggest supporter. is on a lap, the only one on a lap at the moment, it seems.
And that's P13, P13.
Nello's obviously not liking this circuit, it seems, because he's had some good pace at other circuits, but a little bit further down at this one, unfortunately. And Nello, 3 tenths up now. That's a bit better from Nello. That will propel him up quite a bit further, probably to about sort of 10th. So Nello going better here. Around the final corner, hopefully he can maintain, or maybe even gain more time in the final couple of corners. Up to the line, Nello sets at 28.8, that is better. Goes 10th for Nello. 10th position, much better for him. But Shifty on a lap. We weren't able to see what Shifty did through the first sector. Chili on another lap as well. Battling with Sauber, it seems. But Shifty, the man battling for the championship, his championship rival is not racing tonight, and he's a 10th up. He's finding more time, putting an even bigger gap between himself and Chili. Can Chili respond to this question? And as RC retires from the session, he will not participate further, so the best he can start is 3rd position here. And up to the line, Shifty will set a 127.968, extends the gap for pole by even more. Chili now starting the lap. Mort was 600s down. What about...
And that's just 30 seconds left in the session.
Done. Dan nearly 2 tenths up by the looks of it. So Dan finding tons of time in that first sector. Razoo went 7 tenths faster, but only good enough for 12, as we have a Williams in the barrier. Our Cinnamon has gone round, and that is going to be the end, probably, of his participation in qualifying. He doesn't have the opportunity to go faster, but what about this man? What about Chili? He's a 10th down. He's not finding the time when he needs it most. Is anyone else finding time? Mort's not finding time, but he's going to carry on with the lap up to the line. Mort will set a 1:28.7, so it doesn't go faster. Jamaican Jam 2 tenths up. What about Chili now through the middle sector? Has he picked up any more time? Has he picked up the pace? Because he really needs to if he wants this pole position. And he's still down by 700, so no. Not going faster, so Shifty Whizzer looking really good for pole as it stands. Around the final corner now for Chili. Can he find the time he needs? Up to the line, he sets a 1:28.076, improves, but not enough to topple Shifty Whizzer. And as it stands, it looks like Shifty Whizzer is
confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
In this session, doesn't look like we've got anyone going faster, except it says we have a Red Bull that went purple in the middle sector, which would be Kenji. Up to the line. What has Kenji got in his locker? He needs an improvement, and he sets a 1:28.6, goes up to 8th. That's a bit better for him there. So that is going to be the end of qualifying there, ladies and gentlemen. And that is your final order. Pole decided by under 1/10 of a second in the end. But Shifty Whizzer takes the pole position, and that is exactly what he'd be hoping for his championship. And there you are. There are your final standings. So Shifty Whizzer on pole. Chili about a tenth back. Jamaican Jam P3, RC 4th, Taurus 5th, Mort 6th, Dan 7th, Kenji 8th, Melitic 9th, Unji 10th, Nello 11th, Razoot 12th, our Cinnamon further down than usual in 13th, Cavalis 14th, that guy David 15th. So that is going to be your order going in to the main race. Did I get... I didn't. I was just checking something. Somebody wanted an invite. I didn't know if he sent me a friend request or not. He asked for an invite, but he didn't add my EA. I told him to add my EA when he was ready, and he didn't. So, unfortunate, but there you go. Anyway. RC messed up. He only did one proper lap. Oh, fair enough. It's a shame, but it happens. So strategy is going to play a big role in this race, especially at Bahrain. Bahrain, a circuit.
Your team is the last global gunslingers of a bygone era.
Do it.
All stations, weapons free.
The nature of our enemy is unclear now.
What do you want us to do about it?
Protect us.
Time we had a chat.
Unlock the Vault Edition today.
Got about 2 minutes now until we go. All down to Styler and Nevin fighting. Probably was. Only 1 minute to go before we go. Just 1 minute left. Especially into Sector 3. Yeah, true. Looking forward to this. Should see some good battling, yeah. Yeah, it's Bahrain, so DRS trains are highly possible. It's highly possible you're going to see quite a big DRS train just because DRS is quite powerful here. Can't wait for this. Nice mix of strats, yeah. Going to be some softs, hards, medium hards. There will be no hard starting on hards, in my opinion. Ready up then, guys, ready up. You can't start on hards here, in my opinion, just because you lose too much time. See you, KK, then, if you're leaving. If you are leaving us, see you later. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we will get underway now. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Shifty, but it looks like an even better start from Chili, and I'm wrong. Please forgive me. As there's a Williams and an RB off in the back. They've already made contact. We barely even made it to turn 1. They've already made contact, but everyone else seems to have got through cleanly. But the Ferrari of RC has got a run on Shifty. Chili made the move on Shifty there. RC backed out of a move there, but we have an RB and a kick of Taurus and more battling. Jamaican Jam getting involved there as well, and more looking to get involved as well. As there goes Dan now on more, gets forced out wide.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
As our Cinnamon has got a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Oh, he's got no wing. I think we all know what's about to happen. I think we all know what's about to happen to him. But Chili, the perfect start for him. The top 3 really breaking away. RC, Shifty, and Chili all breaking away a little bit from Jamaican Jam, who's pretty much a second back. Starting on the mediums. Let's have a look at tyres. People starting on the hards. I wouldn't start on the hards if I were them, to be honest. They're probably going to lose too much time. But most people opting for... It's a very even split.
Okay, DRS is now available.
But never mind. Chili, considering he's on the softs, he's not really broken away from Shifty. Just wanted to check if RC was on softs, which he is. Shifty on medium, so Shifty will be in later.
You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
He isn't going to retire, it seems like.
Okay, clear.
Chili's still maintaining the lead for now. Jamaican Jam is barely clinging on to DRS, but further back, they've dropped 2 seconds more, and the chasing pack have dropped 2 seconds already. We've only not even had a lap and a half, and they've already dropped 2 seconds, so obviously been some major scrapping in that part of the field. Top 4 now, probably settling into a DRS train a little bit. Our Cinnamon picking up a track limit penalty. Quite early to pick up one, but there you go. Anyway, back on board with the leaders. And we're going to keep an eye on Shifty. RC with the fastest lap. Is Shifty going to make a move here? He moves to the right, goes down the inside, and gets it done before we even hit turn 1. Nice move there from Shifty. And an easy DRS assist. Shifty's internet is blank. He's lagging all over the place on RC's POV. That's very annoying when that happens. Soft's already dying, probably, in all honesty. And you can see it by how hard. Chili's dropping time, like major time already. To Shifty, 7 tenths. So 7 tenths now. Jamaican Jam has dropped out of DRS of this top 3, and RC looking for a move now on Chili. He got really close to the back of him there. It was only about a 10th off. And there you go.
Flag. Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Your team is the last global gunslingers of a bygone era.
Green flag.
Stations weapons free.
The nature of our enemy is unclear now. What do you want us to do about it? Protect us. Time we had a chat.
Unlock the Vault Edition today.
Jamaican Jam now has a flying Dan all over the back of him. Dan has come out of absolutely nowhere. Last I looked, he was behind more. And all of a sudden, Dan is right here behind Jamaican Jam. Is he going to try a move here? It's probably not the place you want to make a move. He does not. He's in Australia or New Zealand. Alright, that explains it. As look at this, we're probably going to see an overtake here between Dan and Jamaican Jam. I mean, Dan is like all over the back of it. Go on board with Dan. DRS assisted. He's not got much ERS, however, but even so, gets the move done. But that lack of ERS, is that going to cost him in this next part of the DRS straight? Is it going to cost him due to how little ERS he has? Does not. So can Dan now break away? Oh, big slide there from him, and that's going to allow Jamaican Jam to have a little go here. They'll go side by side through this section. It's not what you want to do, and what a move from Jamaican Jam. Swoops around the outside, and that switched to the inside, and it opened up for him nicely. So Jamaican Jam back through. Yeah, Cinnamon, that's something for you to take up with. Yeah, well, take it up with someone else. Nello having a great race. Yeah, he is. He's already up to 6th. Wow, doing a great job here, Nello. Didn't have much qualifying pace by the standards he set recently, but seems to have some fantastic race pace here. I mean, he sat on the back of Dan. He was behind more, and now he's on the back of Dan. He is in DRS. He is clinging onto DRS of the two, so well done to him. Here we go, Chili looking like he's going to drop out of DRS. Are we going to see a move now?
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs.
He's got the inside line. Doesn't look like Chili's going to find it too hard, which he doesn't. And RC into 2nd place. And I think out of the two, he looked the racier of the two. Since probably the start of the race, to be honest. And on mediums, while a lot of the front back on softs could have play out well for him. Yeah, it could, to be fair. We will see. We will see how this race unfolds. There is quite a gap from Dan to the leaders, but nevertheless, we will see. Dan did get past Jamaican Jam. Can Nello join in on this party, maybe? A little bit higher up, this front three still sticking together like glue. Not letting go of each other, really. Let's have a little look further down the grid. Anything happening? Got a little fight here between Unji and that guy David, and then one between Melitic and Kenji. Sorry. But this is a big old scrap here. You got 4 cars. You got Dan, Jamaican Jam, Nello, and more, all in unison. Then a little bit further ahead of them, you have the race leaders. As RC got really close to the back, I was looking at the telemetry. RC got really close to the back of Shifty. Didn't go for a move in the end. As now Moore getting past Nello there. As, oh no, what's happened to Nello? He spun. Nello
okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
As we were saying, he was having a great race. He spun it round. He rejoins in 9th, but can he recover? Can he recover anything from this race? We will see. Shifty still leads. And RC and Chili barely clinging.
Okay, clear.
At this moment in the race, they're just sort of along for the ride. It seems like they can't really attack. Was he brief yellow in sector 2? This fight still enveloping. Good points for the constructors, but also for Mercedes at the moment. 3rd and 4th. Should be fairly solid points for them guys.
We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap.
Is Jamaican Jam going to get close enough here to think about a move? Moves out, have a little think, but opts not to do anything. That's further back. We're going to go further back. We got a long old train here, which Nello has now joined.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Nello on his way back to recovery goes down the inside of Melitic and spins again. Oh no! Nello spins again and tumbles further down the field. So a disastrous last 2 laps for Nello have completely unfolded all his good work in the first stages of the race. As now RC going for a move for the lead down the inside, gets it done. The new race leader RC, but he's most likely going to get overtaken on this DRS straight. I'm a jinx. Yeah, I'm a bit like that. That happened quite a lot to me last season. I mean, it happened at Baku.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
As here we go, yeah. Shifty takes the race lead back from RC. So RC as race leader didn't last too long in the end. Further back, wow, they were really close there, those 3 cars. As we have our first pitter. Nello into the pits. Is he going to be changing wings?
Okay, let's go now, come on.
It is just for fresh tyres. Onto softs.
You've got 2 stops remaining now. 2 stops remaining in this strategy.
I'm sure that's a mistake. Tough rate for a zoo, yeah. Unfortunately, that contact with our Cinnamon put him out. But he stayed in the race and will earn some points from this race. now braking DRS and RC reacting and going into the pits. Here we are, we have our first pitter, and that is RC. Chili opts to stay out actually, Dan in as well. Jamaican Jam in, wow, that's interesting considering the mediums. But Shifty has broken clear of Chili by about a second. Can he stay out of that DRS range? This could
and gap to the car in front, 26.8 seconds.
Into a lovely bit of clean air. Just comes out ahead of Cavaliers, which is exactly what you would have been hoping for. And he's got 9 seconds in front of him. That is a beautiful bit of clean air, and he has absolutely timed this pit stop to perfection, actually. Chili has actually broken back into DRS of Shifty, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. Phil, stop praising yourself. Expecting a P1 from you tomorrow, Parker J. The Parker J and Costa war continues. Chili into the pits onto a fresh set of hard tyres. And Shifty stays out. Where will this put Chili in respect to RC? We'll have a look. RC now coming down the main straight. And Chili out ahead. Wow. So the undercut is not that
You're running low on ERS. Reminder that you can play around with ERS modes in the MFD or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake pedal for some manual recharge.
Phil, you might want to reevaluate what you said, Phil, because RC's just been overcut. The undercut didn't work. On board with our race leader. Sort of cruising for the next few laps. In P1, he's obviously going to come in a few laps' time. Stop the count for Aston. Yeah, it's a 1-2 for Aston as it stands. But of course, both yet to pit. And both on medium tyres as well. RC still on the back of Chili just. Melitic into the pits and gets a 10-second penalty. I think you would have wanted to stop the count, Chris, because now Melitic is going to have to fight with a 10-second penalty that will either be on his next pit stop if we get a safety car or something, or will get added to his race time at the end. Oh my word! That was close. Mort nearly going into the back of Jamaican Jam there. That was insanely close. Everyone now except Cavalis, David.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.1 seconds.
Feel like we all need to stop typing, y'all. Yeah, touchy again. We're all just jinxing everything that happens at this point, really. Shifty into the pits. Shifty into the pits. And Dan getting past Cavalis and Jamaican Jam there, I believe. That guy David getting past Unji. And Shifty will not come out into the lead. will he come out in respect to Chile is the question. Now coming up to the pit line.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Comes out behind them, but has fresher tyres to the end of the race. 2-lap-old and 3-lap-old hard tyres versus new tyres. So let's see how this plays out. Parker J trying a new kind of jinx. I'll be blown if that works. This group here have been stuck together like glue now for a long time. Nello back on this pack, by the way. Although, of course, he's on soft tyres, so we'll be into the pits again probably quite soon. And Shifty has broken into DRS of Chile and RC.
Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on.
Picking up a tram limit penalty there. We got two people about to be overtaken, but obviously haven't stopped yet. They're about a second adrift of Trinidad, but ahead of Chile. But they're battling like absolute cat and dog right now. And I think these two battling so hard might cause some chaos for the front three. Is Chile going to try a move? We'll have a look. Chile thinks but chooses not to. Can he out-traction one of them maybe? He's got the better tyres. Has a little look but chooses not to. I don't think they want to risk anything. Chile getting past the Red Bull and the Sauber in one. And Chile might be able to use all that chaos as, oh my god, they're fighting so hard. Chile might be able to use this chaos to break away a little bit. There's RC getting past the Sauber. Shifty getting past the Sauber as well. Oh my word, this is chaos. Shifty getting past as well. That guy David might get back past here. I don't think that's what you want to do. I don't think you want to go for it on the leader, as he's going to go for it on the leader.
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now,
push. What is going on? This is good for the second pack, it is indeed. They've already gained a second on that lap. Chile down the inside. Gets it done this time. Can he maintain it? RC has a little look. Shifty has a look and gets it done as well. Does he get it done? Yes, he does.
Green flag.
That might invite RC into the mix as well as.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.9 seconds.
I think Unji might have spun, possibly. He dropped off that lead pack quite a bit. But the top three come through that with Shifty overtaking RC. So Shifty up a place. So we'll have a little look further down.
Don't forget, box this lap.
We've got a little battle here between Dan Moore and Jamaican Jam. We'll go back on board though quickly, as Shifty's going to make a move for the race lead again and gets it done before turn one. So Shifty reclaims his race lead, and on the better tyres, that might be quite a pivotal point. the better tyres come the end of this race.
Okay, go!
Quite pivotal, so we shall see. As further down, Dan and Moore fight.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
His position there. Back on board with our leaders though. As all seems to have calmed a little bit in this front three now. Now that they've cleared the Red Bull and the Sauber, there's not so much chaos going on. Anyone's while the top three, yeah. Any of the top three could win this, as that guy David now pits, gets a 10-second for speeding, unfortunately. And I just want to say, I said somebody would fall into the trap of a two-stop, and that's what's happened to Nello, unfortunately. He fell for the trap of the two-stop. It says you should do two stops, but that is not actually the advantageous strategy at Bahrain. A little bit further down, Dan beginning to drop more at Jamaican Jam now, and he has 1.1 seconds clear. So Dan finally released in some free air and might be helped by possible fighting between Moore and Jamaican Jam. As back on board with the front three, Chile getting past Shifty for the race lead. And there we are, Moore getting past Jamaican Jam there. Did Moore get DRS there? Because he was briefly in. He did get DRS. So that is going to pull him back into range of Dan, his close friend, who will probably be quite frustrated with that one. I think is the best way to put it. Straight for the race lead again. Nello will be flying in these final few laps. He's got fresh hard tyres, probably the freshest hards on the grid. Didn't mean to do that. Let's have a look. Yeah, freshest hards on the grid. Unji has fresh mediums, but those mediums will go off quite quickly. Make a move on that straight, by the way. Back into the race lead. And the top three sort of first and second. Just sort of chopping and changing. At this point, no real battles as such. fully caught back up to Dan. Of course, Dan briefly dropped them, but
Yellow flag.
now has a Ferrari and an RB all over the back of him. Is what's happened. I'm not sure. There was a yellow in sector 2. Not too sure what happened. Has Melitic stopped? He has. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. The gap to the front between these guys, 4th, 5th and 6th, is now 7 seconds, so top 3 just absolutely running away at this phase. As here we are, Moore getting back past, getting the job done to move up to 4th. Don't really know why they updated the sound of a Ferrari. It sounds a bit like a Hoover, now to be honest. Oh, big slide there from Chile. We got a nice on-board view of that with RC. And RC will pile some pressure on, no doubt, onto Chile after that mistake. Front rear driving like they're in Div 1, love to see it. Yeah, well, RC was Div 1 last season. Chile could be Division 1. Chile was Div 1 last season, actually, I believe. And Shifty, again, obviously only joined this season, but could be Div 1 100%. Very tidy racing for sure, yeah. Chile and Shifty new to LSR. Oh, right, I thought Chile had been here before. Has a little look on Moore, but backs out of it, makes Moore go really deep, and then might get a switch back here. Not quite. Moore and Dan sort of have, well, I say sort of, have dropped Jamaican Jam by a country mile, and Jamaican Jam seems to be struggling a little bit. Doesn't seem like he has the pace currently. Nice battle for B1. Yeah, it is. It's a good battle for B1. Clean. It's a very clean battle, which is what we like to see. Don't jinx it. Oh yeah, jinxing has been a big thing in this race, it seems. Here we go. Chile will now make the move to get into P1 most likely, which he does. Chile into the race lead. Shifty shows no resistance. Chile sliding around the place. Shifty, yeah. Well, the pressure's on all of them, really. They all want to win this, so the pressure's on all of them. But probably more so.
Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff.
Championship here. Actually, no, he will take the lead of the championship as it stands. Go further back. Let's join this little battle here between Dan and Moore. These two have been squabbling pretty much since the start of the race. Probably don't want to squabble too hard though. If they do, Jamaican Jam will be there to pick up the pieces. He's only 2.5 seconds back. Shifty having fresher tyres will help you.
So many great recommendations.
Yeah, Fire TV serves up the best options from all my apps in one place. It just gets what I'm into.
Interesting.
Get into more of what you're into with Fire TV.
Your team is the last global gunslingers of a bygone era.
Do it.
All stations, weapons free.
The nature of our enemy is unclear now. What do you want us to do about it? Protect us. Time we had a chat.
Unlock the Vault Edition today. Or something.
Because he's at 14. It won't be awful. Points to be like 6 or 7 probably. So yeah, well played to him. Fresher tyres probably going to start. The difference really probably going to start showing itself in the next few laps. You know, as the tyres really begin to properly wear themselves out, that difference will show itself. It just will. Driven really, what's the word? Maturely? Yeah, I think that's the correct word. They've driven really maturely today, as in, they've not done anything silly, they've just sort of fought cleanly. Whereas the bit fast as that calling it out. Honestly, not a bad shout. I mean, he's going to be lapped soon anyway. He's got nothing to lose. May as well, in a couple of laps, pit for fastest lap, because why not? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? He doesn't get fastest lap. Oh well, you've not gained anything, but you've not lost anything. Big slides happening there. Chile had a massive slide and RC overtook him there. Melitic sets the fastest lap now. Melitic pitting for softs. Can Razoo steal it from Melitic is the question. And instead of the silver and green and black Mercedes of Chile, Shifty now has the red Scuderia of RC right behind him. Will RC possibly make a move here on this straight? I mean, we've seen it quite a lot. The moves happen on this straight if they're going to happen anywhere. It is here on the race circuit. So here we in chat. True. Feather's not come into chat for a while. He's not said anything for quite a while. Oh, spoke too soon. Just some eyes. Full focus on what? Our engineering RC, I'm guessing. RC really beginning to lose the time now. 8 tenths back is really looking a little bit dangerous for him. He needs to sort of... I said that newer tyre effect would begin to show its fangs in the final couple of laps, and it seems like it is. Chili getting back past RC there. Razuk getting a 10-second penalty for speeding the pit lane, but he's probably going to pit him for softs. Let's have a look. There you are. Onto the softs. Can he set the fastest lap is the question.
Keep managing your tyres, manage your tyres.
Back up what was Shifty and still 8 tenths clear. Sort of dancing on the death of breaking that DRS, but can't quite do it. It is looking like, though, it is going to happen soon. There you go, back up to 7 tenths. Back up to 8 tenths. Sort of dancing around the 8 tenth mark, and that's about the highest it ever goes. Here we go, on board with Chili. How much time does he gain down this straight? They'll all probably be recharging the pack for this final lap. Because this final lap is where it counts. Where all the final points are awarded is this final lap. They've all been saving, planning for this final lap after this one.
Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy.
That's what I expect to see. All 3 of these on recharge most likely. So Dan and Mort still going for it. They've been together pretty much as long as the lead 3 have been together. Back on board with Shifty.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 6.4 seconds.
Stomp his footprint on this championship and say, I'm here, this is mine. He's looking for a victory, but he has the two hungry men of Chile and RC right behind him. Here we go, the final lap. What's going to happen? Chili massively on ERS, probably down the inside of Shifty into turn 1, backs out of it. That is huge, that's huge for the swing of the race. He backed out of it going into turn 1, because turn 1 is the best opportunity to overtake. As now Chili has a little look, shows his fangs again, but chooses not to overtake. Hi there, the Iceman. I've never seen you in chat before.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
As then, now comes the final DRS straight of the lap. This is it. Now or never, really. There's only really one other place in the lap I can think of you can overtake, but that's only if you have the ERS to do so. Chili having a little... straight. Do they have enough ERS to make it? No. It's looking like it's going to go the way of Shifty. Round the final corner now. The man on pole takes the championship lead.
Just want to say, thanks to all the haters. This one's for you.
Chile and RC in close tow. And I have to say that was a very good battle between the top three. Obviously nothing happened on the final lap, but Chile did show his fangs. Drag race to the line between Moore and Dan. Dan takes it in P4, Moore P5. A little bit further back, you have Jamaican Jam in P6. Then further back, even further back, we have Kenzie in P7. Unji getting past Nello on the final lap to finish P8. Nello recovered to P9 in the end after the spins. That guy David P10. Melatic will come home. P10 in the end after that guy David's unserved penalty. Let's have a look. Who got fastest lap? It was Melatic. Razuk was unable to get it by about a tenth of a second, half a tenth. Unfortunate Chile, but good race. Good race. Well done. I pressed 2 buttons on my reel and it caused my wheel to reset. Damn. No, fair enough, Chile. The second DRS zone is a bit rubbish, to be honest. It doesn't really do all that much. I think they'd be better off making the DRS a double DRS straight, to be honest. So you have the final straight and then the first straight of the lap.